Alright, g'day guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm at Preston Built Prado. Today's video is very exciting. It's the rear bar fully complete and installed, as you can see. Alright, g'day guys, Matt Preston Built Prado. Welcome back to our video. Very exciting today. We're putting the whole rear bar on and all the sway arms. Let's get right into it. On and I'm absolutely stoked. It's been on the car for maybe about a day or two now, and the guys at Elite Fab Works have absolutely killed it. Can't recommend them enough. Now they're like two blokes up in Tail and Bend. If you're in South Australia, you know what I'm talking about. And so about an hour ish from the city. It's not right. Hour from Blackwood, and pretty much they've put this on, and it was a pretty reasonable price. It was about $500 for them to chop it, cut it, paint it, and rewire the lights, which is more than enough. I thought they were just chopping it and re-welding it and that's it, but they also painted it because they figured I wouldn't be able to paint it when it's on, which is fair enough. And they also wired these lights in. I was going to do a bit of a dodge and drive home with like no indicators and then do it straight away, but they wired them up as well, so it's all fully functional. This, you know, I'm not going to put 2.5 ton on the rear bar, but I'd easily do 2 ton or less. So it's mega strong, all done properly, which is awesome. Now it's not like certified or engineered in that sense, but it's done properly and it's like maximum strength as you could do with this. So super stoked with it, and yeah, I hope you guys can agree. But pretty much I'm going to show you the arms, and then we're going to be installing them and putting them on the car. Okay, so this one's pretty self-explanatory. This is just the rear arm. So obviously it's got the little like bit on the back here which will slide in and out with the wheel, which is cool. The main section which will obviously carry all the weight, so that will obviously sit on here like so, with the bearer on, and it's going to slide in and out. So super cool, really happy to get these on. I'm so excited. Okay, now this one here is obviously the Jerry. Now it's just your standard 20 litre Jerry. I'm a little bit sad that it's not a dual, it's just a single, as you can see. Obviously it's more compact, less weight, but I wouldn't be surprised if I quickly get this swapped out for a dual, just because I think the practicality is way better, and I think a triple's a bit overkill for the sort of stuff I'm doing. But obviously that will go on this side, sort of like that, and that number plate will also need to get removed because it's going to be blocked. And yeah, you know, it's quite good quality. Doesn't seem too bad, but I'm also no expert. And pretty much we've got bearing kits and bolts for all this stuff, so I'll show you them. So here we've got 2 of these little plates, which these will obviously go where the bar will hook on to hold those rear arms on. So we've got 2 of them, and then we've got 2 of these big kits, which, as you can see here, where these both have 2 latches, some bearing kits and some square caps, and some nuts and bolts. So this is obviously all for the main sections to get bolted on. And then also got one more bag, and it looks to be the 2 little pins that you pull to make the rear carrier work, and some nuts and bolts. So I'm assuming that's also for some of the mechanism in here on the side bits. Okay, so this is the little pin that it looks like this, and this goes in here so you can lock the bar when it's open. So pretty much what you want to do is take the little ring off, and I just had to drill the hole in here a little bit bigger because the powder coat thickness was making it not go in properly. And then pretty much you want to push this through, and then you want to reconnect that little ring back on. There you go. And then pretty much now, as you can see, that is a functioning pin that I can pull up and close whenever I want. So this is how you hit those little bearing cups in. You get a big socket and you smash it in there, and pretty much that's now fully in there. And as you can see, I'll just pull that socket out and it'll be hard up in the right spot. Okay, so for greasing your bearings, you just want to get some similar stuff to this. Yeah, you can find it anywhere, Super Auto Pro, wherever. So what you want to do when you're greasing your bearings, you want to get a huge dollop in your hand, and you want to keep impressing it and scooping it in. And just so you get a rough idea, it will look like this. and then it will start to work its way through, and you want to see it come through this other end, so you know it's fully inside those bearing little barrels there. And then obviously you do this the whole way through so it's coated in it. Same with the other one. And I'm even going to put a little bit down there on the little pillar here itself, just to lubricate it up a bit more. And then once this is absolutely coated in, we'll slot it in. Okay, I got the first one on. Dad came and helped. On my hands covered in grease, he lifted it on for me, and then I put the top one on. And then I just did washer and a nylon nut. Now, you don't want to do it too tight because the bearing still needs to be able to move, but just enough to sort of compress it down. And it seems to fully work really nicely. And there's a little locking pin here which locks in. So if you just want it like a midway, it's really handy. And then if you want a mega heel, you could pull it up and you can go all the way back here, which you probably won't do that often, but it's good to have it. So now pretty much, we'll probably cap it after, just so we can still see what it looks like. And then we're going to tackle the one over here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Alright, so both of the little bearing cups are in. So now, rinse and repeat. I'm going to grease these up and then plonk this bar on. I'm absolutely stoked with it, how it's turned out. All I need to do now is pretty much put a cap on each of them, and then that's done with that sort of genre of the bearings. And then I'm just going to fine tune all these, because these still have side-to-side movement, because I just want to get the locks to work all properly. And then I reckon besides that, put the wheel on, we're pretty much done. We'll need to transfer the number plate over because it's now being blocked, and we'll also need to get a little night light, and we'll have to run some wires through and zip tie it on here so there's a little light on it when it's dark, and you know, you obviously want to see the number plate so it's legal. But very, very exciting. So next time you see this all done, hopefully it's an epic montage of the rear bar. Okay, so I went ahead to Repco and I got this light. This was about 20 bucks. And it's just quite simply a little number plate LED light. So the idea is, I think we'll try and get it maybe in this section here, and then that number plate we'll have to take off, take the back car door off and put it on here, and then obviously that can sit in there like that. So at night you can see the number plate, which is legal, because right now at the moment, as you may be able to see, if you're driving behind me, you can't, you know, the number plate's properly blocked, and that's without a jerry. With a jerry in it, it'll be completely blocked. So obviously that's illegal, and we'll have to sort that out. So to change the number plate, pretty much you want to pull off this top trimmer, the door card, and my bar table in my case, and you expose all this, and the handle comes off, and the little cap to cover the little window washer reservoir. And pretty much we're going to pull this plastic back. We'll be able to get access to the back of this panel here, and this will pop off, and then we can get the number plate off. There's just two bolts in here, one in here, one in here. I'm pretty sure the bottom is like a plastic tab and will just pop off, so we're going to undo these. So on here there's one tab that goes sideways and one that goes up. So when you put it on and put it off, you want to sort of like slide in, then go down. And these do swivel, so you should have some movement there anyways. But yeah, two bolts off, and then this kind of pops off on the bottom. It's just sitting on those plastic hooks there. I'm a little bit disappointed. This packet, it came with pretty much timber screws and with no nut or washer or anything, because at first with these I thought that you would put the screw in that way and the thread would be inside, so I was like, yep, no worries. But you don't. You have to take the caps off and then feed the bolt through like that. And then so I've managed to find these two in the shed, like buried in there. But yeah, I'm a bit confused as to why it would come with like two timber-like sort of screws instead of like high tensile metal looking screws like all these ones. So that's a bit of a downfall of that light. But I've decided, because my number plate's a square, it kind of doesn't fit normally with these holes, which would be here. It hangs down way too low. So I've looked up a few options. I can't actually put it in the middle because the light just won't fit, and it doesn't look right when it's on here. It kind of needs to fit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here to the side slightly, and then I'm going to get the light. I'm going to put it on the side like that, so it kind of shines on the side instead of from above. Don't get me wrong, I think from above will look better, but I'd have to mount it on this angled bit and then it would just look weird, and then rain could like get in there and it just doesn't really work. So I think my best option, which will still look really nice, is just here on the side, and it'll be protected with the big tire, and then the side won't get smashed or anything, and then I can have my plate here. So that's the idea. Let's make it happen. Okay guys, so the rear bar is fully on, which I'm super excited about. Now, you're getting picky. This bit here might look a bit weird because like obviously the number plate used to be there, but because it's illegal you have to get it on the jerry here so you can see it, and also put a little light on there, which is nice. So not sure what to do with that yet, but we'll figure out as we go. But I'll open it up for you. So pretty simple, just 2 arms, and there's a pin on each side. So I'm really happy with it, and you just push it up and it will like lock itself. So as you can see, that's just locked itself. And remember, this is a 35-inch tire, so it's a heavy tire. And then pretty much I can go into my boot like normal, just open this up, and I'm in. So it's like pretty simple, pretty straightforward, like, and it just works. So in here I'll probably have like a 20-litre watering jerry, and I have a tap right here, and then to my camp I'll be able to just have my table here, you know, make food or whatever, and it's just all accessible, which is really good. So super happy with it. I think it's turned out alright considering the price tag as well. Remember, this whole rear bar together was roughly 500 bucks. And then yeah, I just thought I'd show you this mechanism again. So like, as you can see, if you maybe come over here, you'll see as it hits, it just slides and then it just locks onto there. And then it's pretty simple because then obviously, even if you're on a hill both ways, that will hold it. And then if you want to close it, you just pull it up and it just slides. So it's a very like simple but effective system. If I want to get really fancy, I could probably get little gas struts in there, and then when you open it will just auto open and like kind of auto close a little bit, which would be very fancy. But obviously, you know, for the price, like what do you expect? So, but I'm super happy with it, and I guess we have to go camping to really test it out and see its like pros and cons. But overall, for what you're getting for, it's insane value. In terms of the style of the bull bar, I think it looks quite nice. Now, this checker plate here, a lot of bull bars, they had that as like a silver, but it came from factory black, and I think that's a really like a good color choice that they've done there. Because a lot of people I know that have a silver, they actually paint it black. Now, if you come over here, this was the part I was sort of worried about, the way the body lines form into here, but it all forms in really nicely, and I think they've done a good job of that. Now, as we should know, when you get a rear bar, the more protection you have, the better. So ideally, like most of them have the panel that goes all the way back here, and then it has a chassis clamp, and you'll cut your molding about back here. But with this one, they don't exist. You can never get one of the Prado 90 series that goes all the way back. I think it's because this flare is too big. So with these cars, that's the most protection you're going to get. But I'm pretty happy with the fact that the tow bar is integrated, which means that it's more seamless looking, and you haven't got just a tow bar hanging down here. Because if you have like an 80 series or anything else and you get a rear bar, it's not in the bar itself, it just still hangs in there a bit awkwardly, whereas this is all very seamless and it looks very good. So I'm super happy with it, and we're just going to have to take camping to find out how it goes in the real life. Okay guys, well that's the rear bar video done. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know down below. No one on YouTube's actually installed this bar before, so hopefully that helps some people out if you're doing it. It is all from China, so you're going to get a bit of quality issues there. Will this rust out in 3 years? Probably, so we'll just have to wait and see how it holds up. But I guess as long as the bar works for now and it's functional, that's all I'm really asking for at this stage, and I'm super happy with it. The price tag's just absolutely crazy for what you're getting, so can't wait to see how it goes. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you guys next time on Prado.